Hello and welcome to Fordham Early Learning. I am so excited to be out here today. If you can see behind me, there's a lot happening. I'm here with Miss Beck and with Miss Eubanks. And Miss Beck, so I showed up today for the Stepping Stone program. I'm not calling it Stepping Stone program, and actually followed some little guys in following the Stepping Stone. So tell me what this new program is all about.
Well, first of all, thank you for being at Fordham. We love to have visitors. This was really a program when we thought about our readiness rates in Marion County, and we thought about an untapped resource or opportunity, I should say, that we really hadn't done a whole lot with. It was those with those families and those children that are birthed all the way up to right before they begin school age. And so that was the idea that really started this entire process, was how can we engage those families and those what will soon to be students in some learning before they start school.
Yes, and so this is the fourth session? And you have a couple more to come.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
It was nice to be out this morning as your whole team greeted everyone coming in. I think you have some that have come back from other sessions and some new families here today. It was fun too, and I think hopefully the team caught that on video, how they were welcomed in song and story and just immediately engaged. So what a great opportunity for family engagement. But talk about the partnership too, because you have a lot of resources out here. Again, I hope we catch that. I think we'll catch that on video, but a lot of resources, partnership with the city of Ocala. Can you share more about that?
We absolutely do, and I've got kind of my right-hand gal as a part of this program, which is Mrs. Pam Eubanks, and really it was an idea that I think I shared with you earlier in the year and had some ideas for what I thought it would look like or I could envision, but really the person who put it all together was Mrs. Pam Eubanks, so I'd love her to talk about the partnerships because she really was the leading force between securing all of those individuals. So Mrs. Eubanks.
And before you start to share, and again, welcome and thank you. It's just so powerful that conversation, that vision turned out to be this very successful opportunity for these young people that actually have a lot of siblings even in the school here, and some don't. But welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you for your kind words. It has really been a fun process to put together. We did start in the fall. Mrs. Beck came to us with a vision that she had for the younger students to be on campus, kind of like a story time and a mom and me type program. Right. So I met with the area special teachers, and each one of them contributed as well to it. And so we've worked together to form those partnerships. Public Ed Foundation gave us books. And each student gets a book every week when they go home for their home library. And when we were planning it, we wanted to do something a little different than just story time and a craft and mom goes home, because we are the school system.
Yep.
And we wanted to really kind of set us apart and look at really how we could be a little bit different for these families and not only impact our school, but impact the surrounding community.
Absolutely.
And so we decided to add a parent component to it. And our parent ed program is embedded in everything we do. So like last week they got, our topic was sensory, so they got to take home Play-Doh. But on the Play-Doh package, or even on the chalk that they'll get today, is a list of why children should play outdoors. And same way with the books. Why do you have a home library, and why is it important to have a home library, and how to read to your student. So that has been very important for us to build those partnerships. So each week we have somebody from the community to come, and like you said, Parks and Recs are here today, and they're talking about all the programs in our community that parents can access that are free to them. And another way to impact that family unit.
Sure, and they're leaving with resources and some strategies, something they can do at home, right?
Yes.
You were describing, right? So that's really exciting. What are the other advantages of doing something like this? When you think about an early learning center, could this type of program be done in other schools? Miss Beck, I'm looking at you because I'm smiling because you just came up with that idea a little while ago of how we could make sure that this sort of gets offered district-wide, perhaps.
So thank you for saying that, because that has also been kind of where do we take this, build this at Fordham, but then how do we take this terrific concept and really extend it throughout our community. And you had an excellent idea that I'm definitely going to explore. But you're correct, taking the concept, working with other school individuals, especially if we can help connect those partnerships that we've already created throughout our community in the city, and certainly working with our public ed foundation, really seeing what we can do. And probably I always like to start small to grow big, but I'd love to expand this beyond just our place here at Fordham, because I do think it's a terrific concept.
And as you started with the readiness and the engagement of families and how we work together, even with our community partners, to help students be successful in school and at home, right? But being successful academically and getting a really good start to that education.
And that foundation is so very
important, right?
So important.
Well, and I always say it really does take a village to raise children, and so it takes everyone in our community to make that happen, and making sure that families are aware of resources and opportunities, especially when they're early learners, because those are really the formative years. So,
and that birth to three that you focused on, and the research behind that, and how powerful that is, right?
Yes.
For their future.
Yes.
So, anything else that either of you want to share?
It's been a terrific journey to put it together, not only from just working with our area special teachers, but everyone on campus is excited to have the littles on campus.
Oh, right,
and
yes.
so they're willing to share any of their resources in their classroom that they have. And they'll ask when it's over, how many did you have today? And did you see so-and-so? And so it really has built a great community within our own.
I'm glad you shared that, because you told me that earlier. Mm-hmm. And then also the older students are engaging with them, and they're talking about what they're doing. So what do you think the learning is for those students, for the pre-K students?
Oh, absolutely.
students.
About being an older sibling, and then the importance of the role model and leadership skills. Our first graders put out the eggs. We had an Easter egg hunt the week of Easter. So the first graders did that. And then Mrs. Murray's group is very excited every morning then when we put the things outside and how they can and interact. And then Miss Murray will say, that's for the littles. And they'll say yes. And then they'll interact with me about how the littles are going to use it and that type of thing. But it is great.
It's a whole school effort.
Yes,
it is.
it
They
is.
learn a lot. They're all learning a lot.
Exactly.
Right? That's fantastic. Well, thank you both. Thank you for your leadership.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for coming today.
It's my pleasure. This is the easy thing to do. It's just such a pleasure to see the genuine engagement and joy of the families engaging and the littles, as we call them, engaging in that learning at such an early age. So thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.